go. Welcome all to episode 9 of Seeing Off the New Ball, Bergvliet Cricket Club original. We've had a perfect 3 from 3 this past weekend with our ones returning to action and good wins for both the Thirsties and the Titans. My name is Greg, your host, and joining me today, Sean Kenny Vassafal. He's going to take over hosting duties. How are you doing there, Kenny?
I'm doing very good, man.
Hopefully load shedding isn't getting you down too much.
No, we don't talk about load shedding.
And then joining us today, which you guys can see on screen, are some legends in the making, and Matty J, Struuuuuuuuuu, Ryan, and Henko Hazen. How are you guys doing today?
Lekker you.
Morning.
Good.
Yep, pretty good.
Okay, 6:30 start time here, so thank you boys for joining. I've got a powder keg of a daughter, a 20-month daughter upstairs, who is screaming blue murder. So Kenny's going to run things today. Struuuuuuuuuu and Ryan, we're going to talk about your win streak, which I'm very excited for. 6 for Henko and a 4 for Matty James. Kenny, over to you. Run the show.
Thanks, Greg. All the best with that powder keg upstairs.
Jeepers.
A few moments later.
Fourths hosted the men from Henko Cricket Club on Sunday. Game turned into an absolute thumping for the Titans with a very, very healthy win with a bonus point. Am I correct in saying a bonus point, Henko?
I do believe so, yeah.
Excellent. And also, while we're talking about you got a massive 6 for 28. That must be some of the best figures in the club we've ever had, actually. So I know there's a couple of 7s. Obviously, the legendary Gigi with his 7. So how did it go, man? How did the game go?
I don't know, actually. There was a few that was, so 2 was caught behind and 4 was on the stumps. And I think the ones on the stumps, mostly, for me, it's just a blur. Like after a ball, I just hear ping, and then, yeah. Nyanka didn't have a full team. They only came with 10 guys, and it looks like they had to recycle some gents as well. But yeah, other than that, they were in good spirit as well. We all had a nice beer afterwards, and yeah, it was just a good day of cricket, I would say.
Always nice to have a beer with the Oppo afterwards.
Did you have Sunday late afternoon plans? Did you have dinner plans with the missus, or did you have a Sunday roast on the go? I mean, what do you have against playing a nice long Sunday out?
It was like all over the show, man. It's like one ball's left, one ball's right, and then the next one's center. So yeah, it's a little bit
there must be some spot fixing here, surely. Just trying to extend the game.
I think that's probably what threw them off, because they didn't know what side of the pitch I'm gonna bowl. You know, so it was a nice day, but it did start to rain there at the end, so we wanted to get it off. You know, finish it off quickly.
So it's just all about the cricket with you. Doesn't matter about what's happening later.
For that day, I guess I was excited to play some cricket. So yeah.
In terms of the batting innings, I know you guys weren't chasing a lot. Any sort of highlights from the batting innings? Anyone make some good runs?
I would say Aileen and Nabil, they gave us a good start, nice solid start, and then Kevin and Avon actually, finished it off us as well, and they were also looking quite nice. We were a bit worried about Kevin with his hamstring, but yeah, he pulled through.
There seem to be some rumors going around that he seems to be permanently hamstrung.
Just heard that he's got the hamstring injury, and then people are taking the piss out of him. So.
Kenny, I think we're going to have to take this hamstring up for review.
It's coming for you, Henko, by the way, so good luck with your hamstrings. Keep them nice and loose.
Definitely. I've already got a back injury, nursing, so...
So you're fitting in very nicely into the fourths then. You just slid in there with your injuries. Good to go. Seems like a good fit.
Perfect,
yes. Great.
Well, with 6 wickets, carrying that bowling lineup, I think the back injury makes sense. I'm just joking. Just a joke.
What's that now?
Struuuuuuuuuuu, have you played it in the Titans this season so far?
No, so only team I haven't played in.
I was about to say, because I'm sure you're going to get a look in for all 4 teams this season. Club treasure.
Got to get him into the Titans. I think at this stage, if a team is battling to win, we've just got to put Struuuuuuuuuu in, because with his current record of 27 wins in a row.
Unbeaten, eh? Well, we did a tire game. Yeah, I didn't play in the second one. If I played, we would have won,
So tell me, have you actually lost a game at the BCC yet?
No.
I don't even know what to say to that, to be honest.
I don't know what it feels like to drink with the left hand.
I mean, that is rarefied air. I think there was a time, I think Tim Scholz went through the whole calendar month of November drinking with his left hand.
I don't actually want to ask you how, because if you have the answer to how to be 27-0, you're going to get signed for a lot better teams.
Yeah, hashtag Newlands, eh?
Yeah. straight into Newlands.
I mean, that's a fair point. I mean, maybe we just put you in there, ace in the hole, in that one squad for Newlands against Mitchell's Plain. I mean, listen, the trophy's coming home.
I mean, I think the game I lose, eh?
I think to be honest, at this stage we can start branding him. We can start selling him off to other clubs and stuff if they need victories badly. I'll be your manager, bro. I'll take you places. And while we've got you, Struuuuuuuuuu, so you played for the Thirsties over the weekend.
The field was pretty small on the one side, so we thought we were going to be in for a bit of a run chase. But so we got off to a bit of a flyer there, taking a wicket off the first ball of the game. It was a Smith delivery. Lemon balls take lemon wickets, basically. And then it was just all good and downhill for them. Eh? They only set a total of 121. Then walked out to bat. The score down quite easily. I won't lie, I did say to the bowler, Earl, I don't know if you've met Earl, it was probably one of the best spells of bowling I've kept wicket to while being a member of the BCC. It was just phenomenal.
And how many wickets did Earl get? Or was he unlucky?
I think only 2, eh?
Oh.
Probably would have had 4 if they were honest guys. You know how it goes.
Matthew, what would you do? You return back from the one's trip away, for instance, and you come back to the club and you hear that GG scored a 50. I mean, what would you even do?
Then I think it's time to have a beer with the man and find out the secrets. Something special's happened over there.
Something special. I mean, I cannot wait for the day. I mean, I just remember his 7 for. I mean, we talk about on this pod like weekly. It's still just an absolute treat of a memory.
I was sitting in the bar. I thought people were taking the piss when I heard Gigi had 7 wickets.
So. I kept wicket that game for him, and he actually bowled very, very well, eh?
Seven wickets, eh? That's slow poison. Maybe Struuuuuuuuuuu was keeping. Maybe he's the lucky charm. Club treasure.
I think then moving on to, well, there was no Miracle Men, which is very sad because that means I'm going to have to pick a new team now for my favorite team of the week. So we're getting on to their ones now. Game looked a little bit tight at one stage. It looked like they were batting very well and chasing down the score at a pretty rapid rate. It seemed that Bryden wanted to try bring up 100 like Calvin, except unfortunately it was with his bowling.
It's very Mick Lewis of him as he was bowling there with those figures of 80 of 8 overs.
Yeah, I think it's the wrong person to try and imitate. But I mean, again, I'm not the skipper of the ones, so I don't have that inside knowledge about what players you want to try be motivated by. But hey, got the win. Calvin with another fantastic 100. And then in the bowling, we had...
I mean, 2 in a row. Let's just stop there before we get on to Matty James and our guest for the ones. I mean, 2 tons in a row.
Because I don't think we've ever had someone get 200s in a row, right?
Not at all. Yeah.
I think the closest would have been Mark Freer, and I think
Mark Freer, I was going to say.
If memory serves it correctly, I think he got 300s in the season, but I don't think they were in a row. So well played, Calvin. Sorry you couldn't be here. Eskim is Eskim, hey? The ones managed to post a pretty healthy total thanks to Calvin. And then bowling-wise, it looked like Dan did very, very, very well. He kept up Anu's economy while also picking up a couple of wickets. Bernard as well with some tidy bowling. And then, of course, the man of the hour, Matty James, with his 4 wickets.
I was quite chuffed I managed to help the side out in that way, especially when we were under quite a bit of pressure at one point.
Fantastic. It looks like you've been doing that role quite a bit throughout the season, where you've been quite a partnership breaker, from what I've noticed over following on stumps.
Just right place, the right time so far this season. But yeah, no, I haven't changed too much. Focusing on hitting my areas, making sure the ball comes out nicely, and yeah, it seems to be working.
That 5th wicket partnership looked a big one. I know Dan Steyer broke that one, and then you took the other partner a little while later. Sure, they were going on quite nicely.
First of all, Alex and I had some good conversations down at long on and long off, watching Bryden sail over. So we had a few opinions forming there. It all worked out in the end. Yeah, Dan picked up that big wicket.
Peter, you can edit that out. The man wants to go to Newlands.
So Dan picked up the big wicket, breaking the partnership. And then I managed to pick up their big hitter afterwards. The spirits were definitely lifted after that.
Yeah,
there was a new sense of we can actually win this. We don't have to watch this game disappear. Emotions are running high on the field.
Can imagine. It definitely, yeah, it looked that way. I mean, I went for a little sneaky Saturday afternoon nap, woke up and saw that they were shunting along. They needed about 40 odd or something with 5 wickets in hand.
Last I checked, they needed 70 odd off 20 overs. So
again, I mean, a great performance, showing a lot of fight there. You guys have done it before as well with the Polesmore game where you managed to defend 60 odd. So, I mean, it's
you're actually dead and buried in that game.
Great stuff. And I mean, tell me, what is it like having a journalist on the side, i.e. Bernard, coming in to bowl a couple of sneaky Philander-style balls?
Oh, you always know something's going to happen when Bernard comes steaming in with those long legs. So.
Those high knees, long legs.
They are very long and unfortunately a little bit on the skinny side. But either Bournemouth or you're not. So, and tell me, what was the best wicket you took over the weekend?
Oh, best wicket was probably my third one, the big hitter. Well, that was the first ball of my second spell. Just before I came on to bowl it, Dan comes to me, gives me a quiet word. I'm thinking it's going to be some good advice. All he says to me is,
Matty, death bowling, we need wickets.
I was like, okay. I was thinking Yorker straight up. Hopefully it would come out nicely. He was seeing the ball pretty well, so I needed to surprise him. And thankfully put it right on his toes, middle stump.
Oh.
Yeah. Not much better than that.
Fantastic. You're not going to get much better than that, though. That's very, very satisfying. So
yeah, you're not going to get much better from the man who's been he's been selected or for the Western Province Vets in our Dan Steyer. So he told you what you needed to hear, if I'm not mistaken. Kenny, we were chatting with Calvin offline, and he said just in terms of the chat on the field when he went to his 100 that it wasn't as graciously accepted by the Oppo as his Mitchell's Plain 100 was. And can you just remember what word he said? Afgefriet. Henko's laughing. He's Afrikaans. So it must be born out of reality. What does afgefriet mean?
Afgefriet, you see. I know it's Afrikaans, but I can't.
Having a sneaky Google. I like it.
Hit this. So the chirp, the opening bowler was running into bowl and shouting at Calvin saying, hit this, you afgefriet.
Like off, like down, or?
No, like at. A-T. Afgefriet.
Oh, I think it says like he's an at face. I don't know what an at is, though.
Okay, so I think we're going to have to comment. We're going to have to decide this in the comments below, because what was this bowler actually meaning? Afgefriet, afgefriet. We'll have to take this out onto review, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's up there. I mean, I remember the one game I played. I was called a Gatsby. What if I'm supposed to be offended by that? Or
a Gatsby? Okay.
I wouldn't be offended. I love Gatsby, so.
I guess it's a great sledge because it's still rent-free in my head because I still don't know what it means.
Yellow on the outside, pink in the middle, maybe. I don't know. Polony. I don't know. We'll work on that.
I don't know. So another good victory for the ones. Moving on to the quick fire questions. Matty James, Madeiras or Pirates?
Oh, that's a tough one because Pirates is an institution, but at the moment it's cricket season, so I'll have to say Madeiras.
Good call. Struuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuu or
It's just like in between.
bringing in a new one to the question? I like
Treasure,
it.
protect this man.
And then Henko.
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure what this is. So yeah, I only know Pirates like the Orlando Pirates. So that's kind of cool. I'll probably just say Pirates.
So you're going to say Pirates. I like it. Favorite away venue, Matty James?
I'll have to say Claremont Cricket Club. I'll just leave that there.
Some sparse and mystery. Henko.
Well, I only played away twice. So the best field I played at was probably Edgemead High.
Cool. Still inexperienced, still gaining it. Don't worry. You'll see some fascinating
It will
away
only get better
fields.
for you.
Kind of about as reliable as our electricity at the moment, the away fields. Sometimes they're fantastic, other times highly questionable. And Struuuuuuuuuuu.
Avondale, eh?
Okay.
Pretty decent, eh? Got some good carry and it's actually quite a nice venue.
Awesome.
And it's right by Athlone Stadium.
Yeah.
It's a new one. Best player you have played with?
I'm probably going to say Tim Schultz. Yeah, he's just
How much did he pay you?
nothing.
End the podcast right there.
No, he's just been helping me a lot, like in the nets and also on the field, and so I take him in either guard, I guess.
Okay,
I don't know how
excellent.
Tim will take this.
He's got so many
Fantastic.
feels, so I don't think it's going to go to his ego. So we're good. It's not
Just
like an
need Tim.
Arnu. Good call on feels. Struuuuuuuuuuu, your best player you've played with?
Played with quite a few, eh? But I would have to say, for me, it would have to be Bryden, eh?
Fair call.
Well, this man wants to go to Newlands. Hey, this man.
No, he's a solid cricketer, eh?
Matty James, best player you played with?
It's probably Lloyd Williams because of the friendship that came out of that.
He's unfortunately not here in the flat with me at the moment. He had to go to work. Favorite type of dismissal?
Nice in swinging on a good length, hitting the top of middle leg, so you know it's come back quite a bit. That's probably right up there.
Well, also kind of like the in swinging, getting the leg stomp, but I have to say, like getting an edge, getting a court behind is also quite nice. You know, just everyone's involved. You know, it's like
My figures in a warm-up game were 3 wickets for 2 runs and 2 overs, and they still haven't given me a bowl. But I would have to say hitting the top of middle, eh?
I mean, I have actually I find that interesting. I mean, the other keeper, Ryan Fanikak, has become one of the club's best all-rounders. So, I mean, imagine what you could do, Struan, at half his age, bro.
Half his age? Sure, he's old, eh?
I think we need to talk to the selection committee about getting into Newlands as the all-rounder. So, in terms of the selections. Second last question. The loosest teammate you have played with?
There's a few. I'd have to say, I don't know if many of you know him, but Craig Lawrence. The man needs a bit of fielding practice. Great bowler. Not the top of the fielders, eh?
Okay.
I have a big call. Our chairman, Tim Scholz, might have to be up there just for the off-the-field happenings as well.
One person's got him as his best person he's played with. The other one's got him as his loosest. I love it.
can't remember his name, to be honest, but I played with him on the thirds against Edgemead, and I don't know, he was quite like nippy with his mouth, and I just thought it was extremely funny.
Zaid?
Yes, Zaid. So yeah, he was quite funny. I was laughing the whole time on the field because I don't know, he just had the weirdest chirps.
Zaid is because he has actually come up before as well, where someone said exactly what you just said as well. His chirping was interesting.
He's a funny guy.
Last question. If you could steal one cricket shot from a player in the club, what shot would it be?
One shot I would steal is probably the nice little scoop or lap, or whatever you want to call it, from Adrian Williams, the current ones keeper. That was pretty impressive. When he's on, he plays that shot like no other. So
We need footage of that shot now, by the way, because you're the second person to say that you want that shot. We're going to have to get some footage of that shot. Henko.
I don't really know my cricket shots all that well, but I guess I'm not the fan of a bouncer, so any shot that's coming by and someone that just pulls it off, I love that. So whoever's got that in the bag, I'll definitely steal it.
That's interesting. Who is a good puller in the game or hooker in our club?
The man at the bottom there.
Greg
I
Armstrong.
mean,
Pull
Lloyd Bernard
on the
bowls
cricket
to me
field
there.
or pull on off the cricket field. 2 different things.
Always pulling, yeah.
Always pulling.
Last, the club treasure. What shot would you steal, Struan?
So there'd be probably 2 guys. Mr. Armstrong's cover drive, because when he hits it, it stays fucking hit. And then the man, Matty James, the pull shot, and anything on his legs. That ball just seems to travel.
That's not a bad call. That's not a bad call.
Not a bad call at all,
Leg
actually.
flick.
I like that call.
Yeah.
Now, the dick flick is a Matt Armstrong trademark, which is a shame because it also flies off the bat. So cool, guys.
He also gets into very interesting shapes.
Yes. Cool, guys. Thanks very much for the guests who have pulled through, especially Greg's little one. I'm sure Greg is teaching her the fine art of cricket and how to podcast. Go well. Best of luck for the next weekend. I think, if I'm correct, we've got a full house this weekend. All 4 teams playing.
Awesome.
Cool.
That's
Well,
exciting.
best of luck. Bring back some good stories. Bring back some good wins. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day, all.
Cheers,
Ciao.
guys.
Cheers, guys.
Star of the moment. Yes. Luca Owens.